Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna do a classic rock reaction, man. Or maybe it's not a classic rock reaction so much as it is contemporary rock, but a throwback to the classic rock style and the classic rock sound. Let me explain what I'm talking about, man. We're featuring the music of modern rock, swamp rock, southern rock artists JJ Grey and Mofro. And how this came about, I believe Robert Vincent, Robert and I, we were having a chat, and he recommended a kind of like a follow-up to John's quad. And John, a couple of weeks ago, it was the current lineup of Leonard Skinner, and how their sound is now modern and contemporary, but also has great elements of the classic sound, a great throwback to the original, that sort of thing. And so I guess Robert's point is that there are some great contemporary artists that have that excellent classic rock signature sound that I like so much, that I insist on keeping within the confines of my channel. So I think Robert knows what I'm about and what I like. So man, here are the lineup of songs from JJ Grey Mofro. First, Lock Lusa, followed by The Sun Is Shining, number 3 being The River, and another number 3 being Hoe Cake, and then number 4 being Brighter Days. So Robert, you sent me 5 songs rather than 4, man. I don't have the heart to actually take one out, so we're gonna do a 5 set rather than a quad. So that's all right, man. Once in a while, it doesn't hurt. So, but this is gonna be a long reaction, only because I don't know JJ Grey and Mofro. So I'm gonna go to their Wikipedia page and also read an intro. So there's going to be a decent amount of research and reading going on in between, man. Anyway, so let us start with their first track, man, that being Lock Lusa. JJ Grey and Mofro, Lock Lusa. Let's get it.
It's all about home, man, you know. That's where we're all headed, where we want to be, wherever it may be. I was born and raised in Florida, just across the line, an imaginary line between there and here. But it's all about having them places where you can just feel it. You can feel something come through, something shining through, something that takes you away from the world of problems, the world of worry, the world of care, you know. And for me, that little place is a place called Lock Lusa, right there between Gainesville and Ocala, Florida. A place where you can leave all the bullshit behind for just a few minutes, you know. Get in a boat maybe, sit on the bank, whatever you want to do. Watch the sun set on the other side of the lake. Take your boat out there, drop a hook over the side maybe. You don't even care if it's baited at that point, man. Maybe get an ice cold beverage of choice. And forget about all the stuff that you got to deal with when you leave there. When you find that place, you hold on to it, you know, and somebody told me, well, you just go there to escape reality. And then I thought about it for a minute. It was like, well, maybe I do go there to escape reality. But then I thought a little longer and I was like, no, Hoss, you got it backwards. I go there to get to reality and get away from all these problems that I invent. So long live places like Lock Loose. If you got it, you hold it and feel it every chance you get. This is a little song, a tribute to a place near where I live. May it stand like it is for as long as I'm alive and as long as it can, man. Hopefully nobody will ever tear it down and put up a condominium. So I don't think so. Nobody wants to live that far out yet. Homesick, but it's alright. Lock Loose is on my mind. She's on my mind. We got some singers in here, man. Sick, but it's alright. Lock Loose is on my mind. Yeah. She's on my mind. I swear it's 10,000 degrees in the shade. Lord, I must have known how much I love you. Every mosquito, every rattlesnake, every canebrake, everything. Every alligator, every black water swamp, every freshwater spring.
It's a great shot to the crowd.
But all we need is one more goddamn developer tearing a heart out. Oh, yeah, yeah. All we need is one more Mickey Mouse, another golf course, another country club, another gated community. Lord, I need her.
Very talented lad. I really dig the venue where they're at. It's not too large, not too small.
She's on my mind. Thank y'all, man. Y'all rock.
All right, man. So that is Knock Looser. Hey, man. Excellent. Great energy in that room. Great vibe coming from the man himself and the band. Excellent delivery. Definitely a band so far that I'm seeing that has to be experienced live. Fantastic, man. That was excellent. Good emotion. A nice mix of the southern feel, the classic rock element. Really good marriage between it, man. Excellent, man. Hey, don't know anything about these guys. Don't know anything about this man. So let's get a little acquainted, man. And like I said, I warned you already, this is going to be a long ass quad. It's actually a 5-set. And it's going to be extended because I'm going to do a little bit of reading in regards to the band themselves and not just the songs and the music. So let's read a little intro, man. Find out who JJ Grey and Mofro are. Alright. JJ Grey and Mofro. Formerly Mofro is an American Southern soul rock band from Jacksonville, Florida. The early days of Mofro can be traced back to the mid-90s when John Higginbottom, aka JJ Grey, and Daryl Hance signed with a UK label and played shows in Europe as Mofro Magic. The deal with the record label in London fell through, and Grey and Hance returned to their native Jacksonville and formed Mofro, then signed with Fog City Records in 2001. The name Mofro was coined by JJ Grey as an explanation of the sound that the band made. Grey says the word was originally a nickname that a former co-worker gave him, and Grey adopted it as the band's name because it sounded Southern. Grey later changed the band's name to JJ Grey and Mofro when his grandmother asked him if he was ashamed to use his own name. It's a long-ass name, man. John Higginbottom. JJ Grey and Mofro's music has been described as a combination of blues, funk, soul, and rock. All of the songs are written by JJ Grey and reflect the region where he grew up in around Jacksonville. JJ Grey attributes artists such as Big Bad John and Jim Reeves due to their style of storytelling and how that style has influenced the way he writes his songs. Grey also credits Southern rock acts such as Leonard Skinner and Jerry Reed as artists who have influenced his style of music, as well as more soulful artists such as Toots Hibbert and Otis Redding. JJ Grey and Mofro are also known for their extensive touring schedule and have continually played at major summer music festivals. JJ Grey attributes most of the band's strength to their stage performances rather than in the studio. Yeah, I can definitely see why. You don't even have to say it, man. Have to be experienced live, man. Alright, so let's do a little background on Lochloosa. So it's more album information rather than song info. And damn, man, I got a sneezing fit coming up. Hold on a sec. Alright, man, sorry about that. So yeah, album info more than song info. And there's a music review here by All Music. So let's do a little read here, man. It's 3 short paragraphs. So Lochloosa. Lochloosa appears on the album Lochloosa. Lochloosa is the second studio album by Jacksonville, Florida-based band Mofro. The album was inspired by Lochloosa Lake, which embodies the natural part of the Florida heartland that the band often sings about in their songs. This album delivers songs about where Grey grew up in the industrial progress that continues to plague the natural beauty of the areas around Lochloosa Lake and Orange Lake. The title track, Lochloosa, describes the changing landscape in northern Florida, and JJ Grey's soulfulness and deep beliefs come through in the song. Lochloosa would be the last album with Fog City Records and the last album under the name Mofro. Okay, and so let's read an All Music review here, done by Tom Urich. I hope I pronounced your last name right, man. It's a Jurek. I believe it's Urich. Alright, so Tom says, 3 years after their celebrated debut, Blackwater, North Central Florida's Mofro returned with another offering of steamy, greasy front porch soul. Lochloosa refers to Lake Lochloosa on the outskirts of Jacksonville, Florida, the earthly home to Mofro's JJ Grey and Daryl Hance. A raw meld of swampy funk, back-to-basics rock, and southern soul bleeds from these grooves, as it did on Blackwater. Lochloosa is a hand-carved example of the kind of music that happens after midnight when all the civilians have gone home. Things get blurry, intimate, less self-conscious, sexual, maybe even a little dangerous. The unabashedly masculine, heartfelt concern for the terrain and a way of life that comes from it is presented with wiry, tough, sinewy songs that never stoop to whiny or cheap, sloganeering plows. Man, let me read that again. The unabashedly masculine, heartfelt concern for the terrain and a way of life that comes from it is presented with wiry, tough, sinewy songs that never stoop to whining or cheap, sloganeering plows. There we go. Man, he got a lot in that sentence. Here are songs that howl with a down-home recklessness that balances rough and tumble celebratory hedonism with folksy, backwoods spirituality. All right. A really, really excellent review from Tom Urick, All Music. He's definitely a Mofro fan. All right, man. So, that's an excellent song, though. And that live performance, fantastic. All right. So, let's bounce to our second track, man. And that being The Sun is Shining Down. All right. JJ Grey Mofro, The Sun is Shining Down. Let's get it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the lyrics were about. I had kind of just wrote it and it just kind of came and I didn't know what it was about. And I guess sometime later I kind of figured out it was about the last conversation that my grandmother and grandfather had together. You know, my grandmother told me the story of taking my grandfather to the hospital and on this road, and he died on the way there. And the song wound up being, you know, the story of the last words they had together.
How many more days can you hold out? How much longer can you wait? She asked. There was a time I thought I could answer, but my tongue gets tied as my thoughts drift away. Glory, glory, hallelujah. The sun is shining down. Glory, glory, hallelujah. I'm alive and I'm feeling long, feeling fine. All those simple thoughts, all them peaceful dreams, share the space with a hard one day. But it's the little things, not
resistance, that they have room for an organ. Even now, in this day, they recognize its value in rock and roll. I'm a fan just for that. Brass, sexy saxio. I should be there in the front row. The song is very personal to him. He probably left the stage to have an emotional moment. I bet you. Memories of his grandparents come flooding back. Excellent. Nice shot at the crowd. Excellent. Right on. That looks like a fun time, man. Everyone's having a good time there. Great song. Great song. Lots of passion, lots of emotion. Definitely stirring, especially to him, thinking about his grandfather. Yeah, quite the song. I really like the fact that even among their style, being the soul, the rock, you got a little taste of some gospel elements there. It's rooted in rock. It's rooted in having that signature classic rock sound. And I thank you very much for that, Robert. I often have to say no to certain requests and recommendations just because it doesn't have the signature classic rock sound, and it isn't a really good throwback and not very fitting for what I'm trying to do with my channel and the group of people that I have befriended and connected to. I don't want to alienate people by bringing in something so remote and out of touch. But hey man, these guys really have their foundation set in classic rock. And thanks for really screening me and screening my channel for that. I appreciate it. So hey, let's do a read and some background on this very good song, man. The sun is shining down. And again, it's album information rather than specific song info. And there's an all-music review by Andy Whitman, so we'll read that after. So 2 short paragraphs on the song and album info first. So, The Sun is Shining Down appears on the album Country Ghetto. Country Ghetto is the 3rd album from the band JJ Grey Mofro. It was their first to be manufactured under Alligator Records after JJ Grey Mofro had left Fog City Records for them. The Gadsden flag is represented on the cover of the album with the words Don't tread on me on the rear of the booklet. In 2007, JJ Grey Mofro became the new name of the band under new record label Alligator, and the album Country Ghetto was released. The album featured slower, more soulful songs such as The Sun is Shining Down, along with faster and more rock and roll type songs such as War and Country Ghetto. The song The Sun is Shining Down is featured in the opening scene of the season 3 finale of House of Cards. Yo man, what a series, House of Cards. You've got to check that out. I watched the entire series in, I believe, 3 weeks. Right? Yeah. Really, really good series. Robin Wright and Kevin Spacey. Fantastic. Alright man, so let's check out the all music review by Andy Whitman. For many people, the word Florida conjures up images of sunshine, white-hot sands, and white-hot nightlife. That's not the Florida JJ Grey inhabits. Sounding forth from his ancestral home 40 miles outside of Jacksonville, Gray's Florida is inhabited by water, moccasins, gators, and characters whose murky, besotted Southern Gothic pasts match the dreary, desolate landscape. On Country Ghetto, his 3rd album and debut for Alligator Records, Grey and his bandmates revisit the hallowed but largely forsaken musical environs of swamp rock. Taking their cues from early Creedence Clearwater Revival and Tony Joe White, Mofro play a slinky, sinuous brand of Louisiana soul funk blues, while Grey himself alternates between the good old boy debauchery of Ronnie Van Zant and Leonard Skinner, and the classic soul entreaties of Otis Redding and Clarence Carter. There are highlights everywhere. The gorgeous hymn-like gospel of The Sun is Shining Down showcased both the band's undeniable chops and Gray's raw vocal prowess. Country Ghetto is a down and dirty delight and a fine addition to the swamp rock canon. Excellent. Really, really good review there, man. Yeah, great song. Definitely very, very hard-hitting. And I'm betting, without knowing much about these guys, that this is among a number of JJ Grey and Mofro's fan base favorite. I'm betting. So, let us check out our 3rd track, man. And that being This River. JJ Grey Mofro, This River. Let's get it.
Stare at a picture, but there's nothing for it. I pull on the bottle and watch this river roll on by, trying to find purpose, trying to see meaning, trying to make sense of nonsense that I've called my life. It's only this river can bear me to safety. Only
this river can bear me away. See them all work and play. They're on the other bank, warm in their houses, while I face my cold alone. Guess I've been drinking away to keep the wolves of my mind at bay. But if you run, you die, and I'm just too tired to care. There's only this river can bear me to safety. Only this river can bear me away. I feel a flowing, flowing right through me. I hear the whispers drowning my words. There's only this river, only this river, only this river can save me from myself. Where did my soul go? Where did my spirit hide? Why won't they rescue me from the pain in my mind? It's only this river in all of the glory. Only this river can bear me away. Only this river, only this river, only this river.
Nice. Nice song, nice video. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about Otis Redding's sitting on the dock of the bay, you know, and the idea from that and also from this song being that sometimes you need a source of rejuvenation. You need a source that you can go to go within, to help you to go within. You know, no dube required, no chanting required, no some of the extreme things that people you know, pursue. Just go down to the river, man, sit on the dock of the bay and just sit there and just let nature be your soother. You know, excellent song, great song. Good video too, because it shows a subject matter that is relatable. He's making sense of his life. He's asking questions. Did he make the right choices? Maybe he regrets some. And now how is he going to deal with it? He's feeling trapped, perhaps, tired, doesn't know which way to go, what to do next, whatever the case may be, but he's got that damn river he can go. He can chill. It's his own mind, it's his own time, and get rejuvenated. Very, very good. I like that. And you know, being by a body of water for a lot of people will definitely do that. And I'm not talking about the ocean. The ocean has its charm, depending on what part of the ocean. You know, I mean, my dad spent a lot of time in Jamaica, and certain parts of the ocean is very, very nice and tranquil. Sometimes it can be raging and tempestuous, but I'm talking more about a body of water like a lake, a nice internal lake, or a really, really nice river featured like in this video. That's what I'm talking about, you know. That is the kind of tranquility that really, really helps you to go within and to take a really good look at life and things like that. It helps you to think a lot more deep when you're beside a body of calm water like a river or like a lake, you know. So try it sometime if you've never done it, man. I tell you, it puts things in perspective for you very, very well. So I can totally relate to this video, totally relate to this song, and what being by a great body of water will do for you. I think that's ultimately the reason why there's so many lakes and rivers in the world, man. Let's take advantage of them. Now, let us take a look at what info we can learn. Okay, yeah, again, it's just all album information, and it's just one paragraph basically, and it's a music review by Tom Urich of All Music. So let's just read that. This River appears on the album This River, released in 2013. And Tom Urich of All Music says, fans of JJ Grey and his ever-evolving band Mofro will be delighted that the river swamp sage lives by the dictum, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, on this river. If anything, Grey has doubled down on the grittier, funkier aspects of 2010's Georgia War Horse, and brought the studio closer to the stage to boot. The sound on this record is live, crackling. Half of its 10 tracks are crunchy up-tempo numbers that flex their funky muscles. The rest is balanced between well-articulated soul tunes, a rock number, and back porch ballads. While this is definitely retro, Grey's fans expect it. They want it. His songs and his presence as a frontman keep things chugling. The songs on this river are tighter and more deftly written than on previous offerings. But the more immediate, in the moment of creation production and incendiary performances keep things from getting slick. And that is a music review of the album by Tom Urich of All Music. Great review, man. All right, so let's bounce to our next third track, or our actual fourth track, and that being Hoe Cake. All right, man. All right, it's a long one too, damn. 15 minutes, all right. I'm ready. Hoe Cake, JJ Grey Mofro. Let's get it. Syracuse.
Like I said, I'm from the west side of Jacksonville, Florida. Near a place called Maxville, between Maxville, White House, and Baldwin. It's the country triangle, not the Bermuda Triangle. You can get lost in that place. But it's where I learned a lot of wonderful things, and including this song that's about my grandmother. Another thing about my grandmother is all the wonderful food she cooked when I was a youngin' coming up and did not appreciate. But now I love it, so I got a little song about it. It's called Hoe Cake.
Organ.
I'm gonna show y'all what jank is if y'all don't know. I know y'all know, but I'm gonna show you what we call jank. The best crackling whole cake. It tastes so good, I can't wait to dip my plate. She cooking ham hocks and some white egg and peas. She cooking turnip greens and macaroni and cheese. Get on out my way, like she's up to that pot. I love my cornbread while it's still piping hot. I love it food, I can't kill love. Stick your hand in my plate, you'll draw back enough. I've never had one back in 1978. That coming down to steal a pork chop on his plate. He's standing back that I gave him a little sign. He couldn't wind off the side of me no mind. I learned nothing about what them food can do. You can drop your ass and I'm turning black and blue. All you kids, have your own supper. You love that food. Who gonna get you? Who gonna get it? Come on, Zach.
grass a turn. Nice. Now all we need is the sexy sax and a John Lord like organ solo. Drummer is really getting his work out. Excellent. He's good, he's solid. A little bass jam. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, man. Throw up that sexy sax. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Nice.
I think we're going to play till I make it stop. That's all Georgia food. That's all Florida food right on that line. I love somebody. They don't never know when it's coming. I'm just throwing out there. Hush puppies ain't grit. I try to go. There they go, boy. I love them catfish and I love them popcorn shrimp. I love fried chicken and I love them mustard greens. Well, I can slow it down, y'all call it, man. An overlooked green, my favorite green of all, but you're going to have to wash it in the washing machine a little bit longer before you eat it, because it's going to have sand in it. I love black-eyed peas and them lima beans. I soup with a little rice. I love candy jam and sweet potato pies. I love it all, baby. I got the hot love. Come on there, put that Douglas Georgia all over that thing.
They got every instrument there, man.
Thank you, Syracuse. Y'all are awesome, man. It's so much fun. Good to come here today. Good to see our good friend Amy Helmet Quilting. Good to see y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Wow. Hey, man. That was the shit, man. Whole cake. What a jam. That is what I'm talking about. Fantastic, man. Great music, great performances, great solos. Hey, what more do you need? That was excellent. That was really good, man. Another damn sneezing fit. Hang on a sec. Okay, man, sorry about that. Yo, hey, great performance. What a fantastic jam, man. Excellent. Let's do a little background, man. See what we can learn about Whole Cake. And okay, yeah. Once again, it's album information rather than song information, and there's a all music review by Todd Crystal. So let's do a little read on Whole Cake and the album. So Whole Cake appears on the album Blackwater, Blackwater is the first studio album by Jacksonville, Florida band Mofro. The recording was named one of the best of the decade in music by Amazon.com. The enhanced CD contains bonus audio and in-studio video. Okay, and so let's let's check out the music review here by Todd Crystal. This collection of front porch soul and juke house funk is very tasty, and not just because the band celebrates ham hocks, and other southern delicacies on hoe cake. In an era when people overdub and compress the soul right out of recorded music, producer-engineer Dan Prothero has managed to capture an organic, earthy sound that perfectly suits this band's sultry swamp funk grooves. This is particularly appropriate since singer-songwriter JJ Grey seems to be a big fan of old-timey authenticity. His lyrics decry overdevelopment and homogenization of American culture. He romanticizes the early days of his home state before skyscrapers and superhighways were carved through the heart of Florida, while his band celebrates the American musical heritage of Muddy Waters, early Bootsy Collins, and other funk, blues, soul, and rock practitioners. Granted, some listeners might not share Gray's simple-minded enthusiasm for a time with no car phones, no electric light. After all, there weren't any funk or soul records back then. Contrary to what Gray says, there was plenty of strife in the good old days. Also, Gray's ludic tendencies didn't prevent his band from releasing an enhanced CD-ROM with bonus audio tracks, full-screen video, an interactive mixer, and a virtual reality studio tour. Nonetheless, the music is exactly what you'd want from this type of project. Firmly rooted in tradition, but still sounding fresh and spontaneous. Gray's vocals, from the right mixture of smoothness and grit, with his harmonic playing on Blackwater, suggest an otherworldly spirit haunting the Florida swamp. And while he doesn't have the distinctive off-center sensibility of the late Lowell George, for example, he does have a sense of humor. He even tells an amusing short story about dumb criminals on Crack a Break. Of course, Daryl Hance, Fab Grease, Quentin, Nathan Shepard, and George Slepik are all crucial parts of Mofro's sound, and label-mate Robert Walters also contributes to the album by playing clavinet on Hoe Cake and Santa Claus and an electric piano solo on Lazy for Acre. Some of the laid-back funk workouts may seem a little long to those who prefer tight song structures to a jam band sensibility, but Mofro delivers a solid album overall. Okay, and that is album review by Todd Crystal of AllMusic. Another excellent review, man. He had a lot to say about this album, let me tell you. Alright, so hey, let's bounce to our final track, man, and that being Brighter Days. And there won't be a lot of reading on Brighter Days because Brighter Days appears on Blackwater, just like Hoe Cake, so I won't reread the same thing again. So let's check out Brighter Days, man, our final track. Alright, JJ Grey and Mofro, Brighter Days. Let's get it.
Don't stop even for the right thing. Doesn't matter what I say. My whole world was by that river, flowing off to meet the sea each day. I don't want to away. You look
you say what's wrong, boy? What else do you want me to say? I don't want to leave tomorrow. I've been and gone, but I belong here now. Your big world can wait another day. Ooh, yeah. Brighter day. Where did they go? Gone, 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 gone. Lord, I'll never see. Brighter day. Where did they go? Ooh, yeah. Brighter day. Where did they go? Gone, 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 gone. Lord, I'll never see. Brighter day. I am hopeful for where I'm going, but I belong in the South. That was where I was born, a poor boy, living life like there's no end in sight. Even so, I'm done with life. Yeah. Brighter day, where did they go? Gone, 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 gone. Lord, I'll never see. Brighter day, where did they go? Yeah. Brighter days, where did they go? Gone, 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 gone. Lord, I'll never see. Brighter days, where did they go? Oh, you got to hit the bottom. Brighter days, where did they go? Gone, 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 gone. Lord, I'll never see. Brighter days, where did they go? Gone. Boy, you got to hit the bottom. Brighter days, where did they go? Gone, 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 gone. Lord, and said it first. Brighter days, hit the bottom, the bottom, the bottom, the bottom, baby.
Great shot of the crowd.
I feel lost, I feel I'm moving well, and I see you got to hit the bottom. Lord, help me move away. And I see, Lord, y'all know. Na 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 na. Oh, oh, come on, y'all. Na na na. Just a little bit louder. Come on, y'all. Lord, I feel a little bit louder. Lord, I change, Lord, I change, Lord, I change. I change, I change. Lord, I feel, Lord, I feel, Lord, I feel, Lord, I feel, Lord, I feel it, Lord, I change, I feel it, now,
Atlanta, Georgia, January 22nd, 2011. Brighter days, hey. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, you've often heard me say on this channel that, you know, the music of our modern day is, of course, not, there's something missing. It doesn't have the classic touch as back in the Renaissance period of great creativity of all of the classic rock artists in the 70s especially, you know, and some of the 80s. But, you know, there are exceptions to the rule, and there you go. Here's a really, really good modern day exception to that rule. And even though they're colored and flavored and spiced elegantly with a little touch of soul, funk, a little swampiness, a little bit of all of that at their very root core, there's a classic rock element there. And you know what? You just got to look a little bit further because it's not as dense where availability of great classic rock artists go anymore. But there still are some great artists who really, really do great work and tribute to the original classic rock sound, you know. And I mentioned John previously and his some of his quad that featured the modern day Leonard Skinner. And this basically is kind of like a little bit of a related follow-up to the idea and the sentiment of there are great modern day acts that have that excellent elemental touch of the classic rock, you know. And so these guys, man, are great shining examples of that. I enjoyed the hell out of this 5-set quad / 5-set. Yo, great Robert, thank you very much, man. Thanks for paying attention to what it is that I'm looking to do on my channel and making sure that we stay within certain respective lines and not going too far off. I appreciate that about you the most, so thank you very much for that. I also appreciate you for these great songs. They're excellent, man. They've got a little bit of everything for everyone. Excuse me. And you can be a fan from different genres and definitely have an appreciation for this band and what they offer. That's what I like about them the most. There's a bit of everything for everyone, man. Excellent, fantastic. So that is my reaction and my review to these excellent tunes. And again, Brighter Days is off of their debut album, Just Like Hoe Cake. So I'm not going to go through any reading. There was quite a lot of reading for Hoe Cake, so I'm just going to spare you all of that. This 5-set reaction is definitely over an hour anyway, man. So I'm just going to scroll down Yeah, speaking of John, I haven't heard from you, man, since it's been a few weeks before your quad. So altogether, John, I haven't heard from you in like, it's got to be getting close to 2.5 to 3 months. Brother, let me know what's happening with you, how you been. I'm gonna hit you up as well, privately. But yeah, I realized, John, I haven't heard from you. Normally, I would hear from John once a week. He would start off with Soul Train Bro, hope you're keeping well, how are things? And then he would go into what he recommends and things. But John, I haven't heard from you for a while, brother. I gotta find out what's happening with you. So if you're watching this, touch base with me, man. Sorry, yeah, I just had to go off there for a second. It just hit me that I hadn't heard from John for a while. So, man, yeah, so with my quads, running a little behind, but I hope to catch up this week, freeing up a little bit of space and time from work and all of that sort of thing. And I don't know about you in your part of the world, but this coronavirus, COVID-19 thing is really kicking the snot out of a lot of people. And we're like groundhogs, just staying at home mostly. So work from where I'm at on the West Coast, we're down to skeleton crews, man, and really scaling back. In doing so, though, it's giving me a little bit more time to focus on this. So I will get more quads happening for sure and get that done. Take advantage of the time. Yes, it's sadly from a bad situation, but let's use it wisely and use it constructively. That's what I say. So I'm definitely going to be focused more on the quads and getting those out. It's my New Year's resolution and I'm sticking to it, man. So even though I'm falling behind, I will catch up. Yeah, speaking of quads, man, the Prophet Elijah, your quad is next, brother. Followed by J Mac, Jeff, Zupiter, Elaine, Two Beer, Jeff again. This is another Jeff. This is Jeff Ketteledge and Francisco. I know there's a couple of more other people. I just kind of jotted down my immediate of what I'm going to be hitting within now and by the end of the week. The end of the week being Saturday, Sunday-ish. I might overlap a little bit, but that's my focus, man. So just to give you a kind of a rundown, and I'm going to kind of do this so that I can kind of tone down on the pestering. There's been a little bit of pestering. I mean, it happens once in a while. There's always one person every other day. Where's my quad? Where's my quad? So if I kind of line it up like this and kind of give you a little bit of a forecast, hopefully it's going to scale it down. Sometimes it gets on my nerves and sometimes I'm like, man, I'm almost tempted to block somebody, but you know what? I won't do that. So doing this forecast, hopefully it's going to kind of tone down on the pestering. All right, man. What else do I want to say? Led Zeppelin, Korasambo. Geez, man, I can't even remember the name of the damn track. I looked at what it was. It starts with a C. And that's coming up either Friday or Saturday, probably Friday or Saturday. I'll do my Led Zeppelins mainly on Saturday, hopefully early in the mornings on Saturdays. That's what I'm trying to nail down. So Zeppelin is coming. I've got more ZZ Top on the go, and I've also in the works to doing, I mentioned John Lord in this reaction. Speaking of Deep Purple, I have, it's the album before Burn. And I've got to do a reaction to that. So that's what's in the shoot for the next little while among the complimentary quads, man. Anyway, speaking of complimentary quads, Robert, thank you again. Your quad /5 set was excellent. And thank you very much again for the consideration of what I'm trying to do with my channel. So I will definitely look towards doing some more with JJ Grey and Mofro. Let's stay in touch and maybe we'll do a little bit more down the road. Anyways, I'm gonna bounce. You guys have yourselves a nice day, and sorry for the longevity of this quad, but sometimes it's just how it goes, man. Anyways, I'll see you in my next complimentary quad reaction. Peace.